Hey, what's up? This is Ben from WODprep, and in this video, we are going to talk about 5 of the biggest mistakes that most athletes make during the CrossFit Open. So if you're someone who's doing the CrossFit Open, or maybe you're just someone who might be participating in the workouts at your gym while the Open's going on, here are 5 of the biggest mistakes that I see athletes make all the time. Before we get into the meat of that, I just want to say, stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to let you know where you can get the ultimate strategy guide. For every single open workout that's released, we at WODprep will be releasing the ultimate strategy guide to go along with it, but you do have to sign up for something, so wait for the details at the end. And also, one more thing, in this video specifically, I want you to tell me what it is that you want to know about getting your best score possible in the Open. So ask a question in the comments and then I will make sure to answer it in my next video that's coming up soon. All right, I'm gonna do a redo of 20.1 and then Tuesday I'll rest. And then Wednesday I'll probably rest because on Thursday I'm gonna watch the 20.2 announcement, but I won't do it, I'll do it on this day, which is Friday. So 20.2 will be on Friday, and then Saturday I'll rest. Yes, and then Sunday, that's a recovery day, so rest. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I see. That looks pretty good. Mistake number 1 that I see athletes make all the time is not increasing fitness during the CrossFit Open. In simpler terms, it's only doing CrossFit Open workouts for 5 freaking weeks. I'm sorry, but that's not how this is supposed to go. So if you're the kind of athlete that maybe comes into the gym, you hit the CrossFit Open workout, and then the day after you feel too sore, so you don't do anything. And then the day after, maybe you attempt to redo the workout, but it doesn't go so well, so you quit halfway through. And then the next day, you're feeling kind of sore again, so you're going to wait one more day so that you can rest as long as possible for the final submission deadline. And then after you do that, Tuesday, you decide to have an active recovery day, and then Wednesday, you're too nervous about Thursday. It's a mess. It was a mess just telling you about that. Don't be the person that modifies your entire training schedule just for the CrossFit Open. Even if you are a high-level competitor, you should still be increasing your fitness during the Open. It's not time to only redo workouts. You shouldn't be repeating the workout 4 times, and then that's it for your training for the remainder of the week. You need to be increasing your fitness. Now, one thing to note is you don't have to be doing insanely heavy back squats. You maybe shouldn't be doing tons of things that require your grip. You shouldn't be ripping your hands, obviously, in your accessory training, but you have to stay fit. You should be doing some cardiovascular training. You should be lifting some heavy-ish weights. So don't be afraid to actually get fit during the CrossFit Open. It's totally fine to keep your normal training schedule. You just need to pepper in those open attempts during the week. If you're someone who's actually on the verge of qualifying for the next level, then sure, it's totally fine to do multiple workouts. Maybe you can attempt the workout 2, maybe even 3 times. But if you're someone that has 0 qualifications happening, you're mid-level in Idaho for doctors who are over the age of 48 or something, like you don't need to be, I don't know where I got that from, but you don't need to be repeating workouts a bunch of times. Maybe repeat a workout if you had a major fiasco happen, like maybe your jump rope broke, or maybe you had a major equipment failure happen, or maybe if you're recording videos for submitting on the online page, maybe the camera died. That's when you repeat a workout, but you shouldn't be repeating workouts just to try to get 1 extra point or 1 extra score to beat the 27th percentile person who's 1 rep ahead of you. It just don't do it. So basically, moral of the story, you should be getting more fit during the Open, not less fit by just doing the same workouts over and over. Okay, mistake number 2 that so many people make during the CrossFit Open, and we actually have another video coming out about this. Depending on when you're watching this, it might already be out. And that is pacing fiascos. Oh, man. It is so easy for people to come in and hit an open workout and just absolutely crush the first round, and then they're destroyed and they're laying on the floor and they get a terrible score. Or sometimes we see people that go for massive unbroken sets just because they're feeling really jazzed in the beginning of the workout, and then they totally crash and burn. So we have, like I said, we have an entire video devoted to pacing and strategies for pacing during the CrossFit Open. It will be released soon if it already hasn't been released. But what you need to remember is that it's very important to know thyself, understand how you personally should be pacing these workouts. Here at WODprep, we release a lot of content that will help you strategize for the Open. Remember, stick around to the end of this video, and I'm going to let you know how you can get our ultimate strategy guides for each CrossFit Open workout this year. But you have to remember that pacing is key. Whether that's starting or finishing or in the middle of the workout, you have to keep your pace in mind. Whether it's gymnastics, barbell, or some sort of cardio stuff, you have to remember to pace. Don't blow up in the workout.
What's the workout today? Double unders? 3, 2, 1, go.
Mistake number 3 is not warming up properly for a workout. This is kind of a weird phenomenon. How many people, and I know I'm talking to a camera right now, but I can see you nodding on the other end of the internet. How many people watching this right now will go to a normal CrossFit class and participate in the warm-up that's written on the whiteboard and have no issues getting a little sweaty and tired and then hitting your normal CrossFit WOD, maybe after a strength session, right? That's normal. That's the way an hour-long CrossFit class tends to go. But for whatever reason, when the CrossFit Open comes around, all of a sudden warm-ups either turn into hour-long foam rolling, smashing, flossing sessions from God knows where, or number 2, it turns into, I don't want to do anything that's going to make me tired because I don't want to hurt my open score. Those two extremes are so common during the CrossFit Open. I'll see athletes come into the gym, and let's say there's like an overhead squat. They will spend an hour rolling their lats and, mobbing, whatever we call it, doing something to their ankles. You don't need to do that. This is a normal workout, and you should warm up. You should get a little sweaty. You should have a little bead of sweat across your brow. You should get a little tired. You should do that active range of motion, but you shouldn't spend an entire hour getting warm for a CrossFit Open workout. It should be just like your normal training sessions. It's a normal CrossFit workout. You should treat it as such, maybe just with a little bit more focus and strategy. So on the opposite end of that same spectrum is the person who comes into the gym and doesn't do anything because they don't want to waste any reps. So I've also seen people come into the gym, maybe it's like a thruster and pull-up workout. And in the warm-up, they don't do any thrusters and they don't do any pull-ups. Because they're like, I don't want to waste anything. I don't want to get too tired. Remember, to hit a lot of these really high-volume, high-skill workouts, we do have to prep the movement. You have to kind of do something before you work out. You can't just walk into the gym and say, let's do it, because you're not going to be ready. And I'm sure for those of you who have done this, you get about 1 minute into a really hot workout having not warmed up, and you really wish that you had gotten warmed up. Okay, so remember, you need a warm-up, but you also need to make sure your warm-up is within reason and not an hour long.
Time. Recovery.
Next, let's talk about mistake number 4. Very similar to number 3, but it's number 4, and that is not cooling down properly. This one, to be quite honest with you, is probably something that I do pretty often, but if you talk to high-level coaches, they're going to tell you you need to make sure that you cool down. So the whole premise here is that a lot of people will hit a workout as hard as possible, especially during the open. They'll take it to a level that they've never been to before. The open magic is real. I've mentioned it before. And people will take it to a level they've never been to, and then as soon as they're done working out, they just like lay on the couch or like sit on the sidelines and crack open a beer and eat some donuts, and then just like sit around the rest of the weekend until maybe Monday when they perhaps try to redo the workout, or Monday when they start prepping for the next week's open workout. That's not a way to feel good. If you saw the CrossFit Games athletes after they hit a really tough workout during the games, you don't see them crack a beer and sit on the couch. If you want to get your best score possible in the open, if you want to be ready for the next workout, whichever that may be, if you want to remember that, hey, we are supposed to be getting more fit during the open, then you need to treat your cool downs with some respect. So that could simply mean making sure that you do something active. That does not mean sitting on the couch and actively drinking a beer. The one-armed curl, the 12-ounce one-armed curl, does not qualify as a very good recovery mechanism during the open. So things like going for a hike, an active recovery row or airdyne or bike or something like that, or hitting a lighter workout, maybe on Saturday. If you do Friday night lights, maybe go into the gym on Saturday and just take your foot off the accelerator a little bit and hit a recovery workout. But you have to keep moving. Too often I see people go really, really hard at something and then they just rest forever. Oftentimes people will do like a competition, like a weekend competition, and they're more sore than they've ever been before. And what do? They sit on their butt for an entire week to recover. Well, unfortunately, science shows that you actually have to get active. You have to get moving to flush out all that junk that is making you really sore. So bottom line, number 4, treat your cool downs with respect and actually get moving after you're done each open workout. Tip number 5, this is one of the most common. I know I said that for all 5 of these, but this one is huge, and it's something that's very overlooked. In fact, when we were brainstorming this particular video, a few people on the WODprep team were like, I do that, and I do that a lot. And that is changing your routine during the open. So if you're someone who normally wakes up really early and crushes a workout at 6 a.m., you will not perform your best if you're hitting open workouts at 7 p.m. on Friday night. I'm guilty of this. I like to work out really early. It's something that I've trained my body to do. My body performs really well early in the day. But nowadays, if I ever try to do an evening workout, I feel horrible. I feel wrecked. But too often in the CrossFit Open and during the CrossFit Open, schedules go completely out the window. I totally respect and I love Friday Night Lights, but if you're an early morning worker-outer and you truly want to get your best score possible, then you need to be working out in the morning when you do these open workouts. That's when you're going to feel your best. If you totally flip-flop your schedule, if you're used to going to bed at 8 p.m., but for whatever reason on one Friday night you decide to hit the most important workout of the year at 7 p.m., it doesn't really make sense. So remember, don't change too much. That also is the same with supplements, with nutrition, with sleep. You should stay on the same sleep schedule. You should make sure that you're not switching around your supplements. It would be really dumb to start with a new pre-workout the hour before you do 20.1. That's a really bad idea. It could be very explosive. It could be really bad. You don't want to change things up. Same thing with nutrition. If you're someone who's normally doesn't eat anything in the morning, and then you have a really big meal, and then you train at 3 p.m., that's probably a good schedule to have for when you do the open workouts. You wouldn't want to all of a sudden have a massive breakfast and maybe drink a coffee earlier than you're used to or later than you're used to. Just don't change up a bunch of variables. If you're already set in your ways and you're already feeling good in your workouts, there's really no variables that you want to change other than just coming up with a really good strategy to hit each workout.
Hey, I hope you liked that video. While I'm sitting here trying not to triple my double unders, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the comments below and let me know what question do you have about getting your best score possible during the CrossFit Open? So go in the comments and let me know. I'm gonna pick out the best comment and question, and I'm gonna answer it in my next video. Whew. Next, whew, this is difficult. Next, if you want to get a strategy guide for every single CrossFit Open workout, click the comments or click the link in the first comments below, or you can go in the description. I'm gonna send you the ultimate strategy guide for every single CrossFit Open workout. Whew. Anyway, I'm just gonna wait here until you actually go sign up to get the strategy guides and until you leave a comment below. So here I am. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm literally just gonna keep going until you do it. Please leave a comment. After that, make sure you click that link so you can sign up for the strategy guides. And I tripped. My life is over. See you in the next video.